Hello. Hello, everybody. Hi. Hope you all had a good evening yesterday. It's been a good while since I played this game. A couple of weeks, I think. Yeah, Observer kind of took it over. I don't remember where I was, that's all I'm saying. I also don't remember it being so low def. Okay, we're on day 2.
There. Working class drunk. You know
Aha!
what this means, right?
Okay, whatever. We solved a different case.
Cracked it. All in a good day's work.
Wait, what did I crack?
What do you mean, what did I crack? Look at how working class that drunk is.
Okay. Future leader of a proletarian uprising. A missing... Oh, that lady's husband! The one who is utterly determined that her husband is not missing? But like our guy is like, no, this is a detective case. Your husband is missing. It's the husband.
Yes, and you found him. Now go and tell the working class woman. Protect and serve, recruit.
Aye, aye. Authority part of my brain.
Didn't she repeatedly tell you her husband isn't missing though?
Yeah. But does she know that for sure? Also, this isn't really missing, is it? When it's like 10 feet away? Perhaps she didn't know that he was drunk on these steps. That's still not missing. Going in.
There's no need for champagne when there's honor, recruit. Go and tell the working class woman what you found, right now.
Alright. 1 minute, side quest. Working class lady. Protect and serve, madame. I found your not missing husband.
God damn it, I already told you. My husband isn't missing.
But you said you didn't know where he was.
And I specifically added that I didn't need to know where he was.
Well, I found him. I'm that good.
Very well then. Where is he?
Right there.
Excuse me? I don't follow.
I found a working class drunk, so I thought he might be yours.
Right, 'cause working class women come with alcoholic husbands. You know what?
Remember, about that what, never ever say what.
I'm not saying what.
You were right. I do have an alcoholic husband. Although not that one.
Oh.
Ah, blam. Knew it.
So he is missing.
No, he's not. Or maybe he is, I don't know. He's probably in the park, or in Shamrock somewhere. Drinking with his friends.
Ah.
I haven't seen him for... Well, to hell with him.
Him, is it just me, or do I smell a missing persons case?
I wouldn't be so sure. Man, just to be completely clear, do you want to report it to the police?
Report what? He's just out drinking with his friends. I'm sure the police has better things to do than to chase down local goofballs.
Look, ma'am. Ma'am, this went from your husband isn't missing to you don't know where your husband is to I really don't know where he is. And yes, I would kind of like the police to go tell him off. The RCM is ready to chase down every goofball in town. We care about you.
She sighs, but you can detect a slight hint of gratitude and relief from her face.
See,
All right, go ahead. Do you have any questions?
it actually worked. What's he look like?
Honestly, not that different from you.
So a disco man.
Oh, thank God, no.
Oh.
It hasn't come down to this yet.
Why'd you say he resembles me then?
Well, he's slightly chubby.
Uh-huh, and what else?
What else? He was wearing a dark brown leather jacket with a bright blue inner lining. The lining is hand-sewn. I made it myself. It's his cool jacket. God knows it's too cold to run around in this, but he refuses to change. I even tried throwing it away once, but he just dug it out of the bin. Can you believe it?
Yeah. How dare you throw out his shit?
Well, what can you do? I hope that at least that extra lining helps him keep warm at night. I wouldn't like him to catch cold.
When did you last see him?
Yesterday morning, he went to the library. He went to retrieve my book, and he promised he'd walk straight back home. Because we talked about this. We talked about not wandering off again. I don't know what to do. I honestly don't know what to do with his addiction. Just makes me feel weak.
Gone for around 36 hours then. Damn, this is a missing persons case.
What? Logic, you were just telling me I was going to make a fool of myself, and I come up here and I insist on helping this lady, and it's actually a missing persons
She turns away
case.
from you in an attempt to recover.
Don't pretend like you were in on it the whole time, Logic. You were against this.
So you are going to look for him.
Heck yeah.
Thank you. Please do. Even though I'm sure he will return home by himself. I'm still sure of that.
She tries to maintain a brave front, even though her eyes reveal the opposite.
I'm sure he will too. When he does, would you let Precinct 57, Kim Kitsuragi, know?
I will. Of course, officer. As I said, it's probably nothing.
We got a new case. Okay, but what were we actually trying to do besides find working class husband? Oh, wait. You know what? I don't even care. We're gonna go find my heraldic bird. You're right. You're right, brain thought. I should go research cockatoo. Come on. Come on. There you go. Now, does anybody remember where the books on birds are?
Shelves filled to the brim. A sulfur crystal cockatoo sits on the cover, its beak slightly open. It looks as if the bird is calling out the book title, From A to Zurich, a guide to a well-behaved cockatoo.
Oh my god, it's me.
Turns out that there are so many different cockatoo species, and they all have behavioral problems.
It's a must-have if you own a cockatoo. I've heard they're quite capricious.
Okay, well, I have to try to steal it. I have to. I have to.
You wait for the storekeeper to be distracted. Once you've got looking, you haul the tome of cockatoos into your pocket.
Oh, hi, confetti.
It's quite a challenge, but eventually, the guide to the cockatoos is yours. Splendid effort.
I'm such a good cop. I steal things better than the average cop. Get them fingies all up in people's stuff. Yep. Well, now I have that cockatoo book to read for later. I'm not going to read it right now. But Kim frowns on me just stopping and reading shit. I said I was going to go investigate the apartment, so let's do that. I do also, of course, want to check this piece of wall for no reason. Honestly, in all my time playing this game, I haven't figured out what this is. That's why I keep investigating it.
Just an ordinary wall. Nothing to see here.
Oh, this is pretty bad. +1 for keen aesthetic sensibility, and +2 because Cindy's artistic impulses are infectious, but still only 30% chance. Let's go. No!
Why? It's a wall. An ordinary wall.
Shut up.
Why must we stop to look at this wall every time we pass by?
Because it's a really neat wall and you wouldn't understand.
There must be another way into the building.
Oh, I thought...
You see a young man on a balcony nursing a cigarette. His eyes have been following you for a while.
Not looking for any trouble, officer.
It's the voice of someone who has something to hide, my liege.
Look, Drala, you don't have to call me my liege. You hiding something? Speak up. It's the police.
There's no trouble. I'm just speaking in a lowered voice. I don't want to be seen talking to the gendarmerie, if that's okay. I just want to finish my cigarette.
Oh, hi, Alicia. Welcome.
It's the god of cigarettes and youth. Ask him if he's got anything to spare. Don't let him go. This could be your witness. The balcony has a great view of the whole thing.
You know what'll definitely get him to stop and talk to me? Asking to bum a cigarette.
Is it really that important?
Like a nervous cat, he keeps stealing looks at the neighboring windows.
All right, but make it quick. Once I finish this cigarette, I have to run.
Can you tell me anything about the hanging?
I can tell that you finally got him down. Thank you. It was quite a disturbing sight, even by Martinet's standards.
Yeah.
What were you doing last Sunday?
Oh. You already asked me that, didn't you?
Wait, is someone else investigating the lynching?
Did you?
No, not you two. Some more muscular type.
And when did you speak to this more muscular gentleman?
Last week? I don't know. Look.
It'll take more than rain to bring this place back to life.
You didn't answer the question. What were you doing last Sunday?
I had a friend over.
What kind of friend?
It was my Sunday friend.
A Sunday friend. How intriguing. Makes sense. Friends are nice on Sunday. You don't have to work. You can just spend time with pals, watching rugby and drinking beer.
Authority, oh my god. What's their name?
He doesn't reply, gesturing no with his cigarette. Under the grey sky, The neighboring windows are streaked with rain.
What's your name?
My name? My name is Martin Martinez.
That's definitely not his real name.
Yeah, no.
No, of course not. Could you please lower your voice?
Ask him again.
Tell me your name.
My name?
That's definitely
No, of course.
Ask him again.
Okay, I guess that one wasn't
I
different.
really need to finish this cigarette. No. We won't.
Oh,
Now, if you'll excuse me, I really need to get going.
I think not.
Try to bring out your secret charm. Tears and begging.
No.
Show him your emotional side. Throw yourself before his very feet like a dog.
Oh, God. What do you want from me? Do you want me to cry? Huh?
No, for God's sake, I don't want you to cry. Listen, I really have to go. Good luck with the investigation.
My crying technique didn't work. For some reason.
He's gone. No point in running. Tenements like these often have multiple exits. If he doesn't want to talk to us, then he'll know how to hide himself.
So we give up?
He could be a witness. Him or his Sunday friend. Either way, we need to look into that muscular type who's asking about our case. There has to be a way of getting inside the building. Let's go check out the door near the pier again. Once we found a way in, we can ask around for his apartment.
Okay.
A sturdy metal door guards the southwest entrance to the apartment building. This could be a way into the apartment building the smoking man vanished into.
You in there? I couldn't get in the back way.
Good. We had enough problems with bums and drunks and thieves loitering in the hallway. You have no business here.
Look, we're the police.
You're well versed in the kind of threatening legalese that implies criminal liability, but in fact has no meaning whatsoever.
I am?
Obviously, look at that vague yet threatening stuff spewing forth from your mouth.
Ma'am, your non-compliance is hindering a police matter. I may be forced to refer you for potential prosecution.
I know my rights, and don't you mom me, boy.
Miss, would it help if we offer to show you our badges?
Ah, it's like a carrot to the stick, sort of.
Hold your horses. I don't care about your stinking badge. Just come in.
That was easy. Other than how long it took to get there. So I guess it wasn't that easy. Yo.
Give me a moment. The cold never does any good for my bronchitis.
Are you sure you don't want to see my badge?
I already told you I don't care about any badges.
Do you need a doctor?
I'm fine. Fine. Don't you worry about me. Now, what do you want from me, policeman?
She's the cleaning lady. She knows the floor plan and the residence.
Good point. Looking for a young male, mid-20s, dark hair, skinny build, smoker.
Yes, yes. I know who you mean. The scrawny boy who's always smoking like the devil, right?
Somewhere in the building, a child starts crying. You hear a radio tuned to a talk show and someone taking a shower.
What's he in trouble for?
No trouble. Just want to know where he lives.
Talk?
What was so funny about that?
He lives upstairs in room 28. Go to the balcony. It's one of those doors there. He's usually home in the evening.
Thank you. We should go check out his apartment on the balcony. See if he's home.
So who are you?
I'm no one. Just an old woman who cleans these hallways. If you could call it living. I have a little room upstairs right next to the coal room. It's barely bigger than a closet. But I don't complain, no. I have my bed and my aching bones to keep me company. And that's all I need from this world.
And all she gets, too. The coastal wind beats down hard on the coal room door outside. Splashes of waves make the balcony slippery. She hasn't spoken to anyone for a while. Even her sentences feel rusty.
Oh, hi, Laura. Welcome. Do I need snacks from the snack store? Something cookie shaped and flavored.
Ask away, policeman.
Do you know Cindy?
The artiste? Nothing I can do about her, I'm afraid. She ruins the walls faster than I can clean them. Still, she leaves an old lady to her business. More than I can say for others.
I swear, if you bring back, like, cake-flavored bugles or something...
She mumbles some kind of a response. A shift in temperature. The air chills around you. Dust settles on the stony floor. A former architect stands before a slice of window, a room plan in her hand. A cold wave has made the air in the building stand still and frozen, with temperatures falling down to -20 degrees Celsius. Is red from the cold. She's breathing on her fingers, clasping the plan. Traces of sadness are visible in her expression.
You're not the one inventing birthday cake flavored everything. No, you're just the target market they're inventing it for.
Faint pencil lines on paper depict the same place, but a missing eastern wall connects the room with the neighboring apartment. Ideas for arranging the furniture have been jotted down. It's clean and empty, with new tapestry embellishing the walls. A standard HB graphite pencil has fallen off a three-legged stool in the middle of the room. She had an eye for beauty.
Okay, I just imagined the architect. That was a little weird.
What happened here?
You can't foreclose on an apartment with a hole in the wall.
It will still be accessible through the apartment next to it. That one didn't have a door. Sadly, nothing of great value remains here.
Always something in the fridge.
Indeed.
Haha, like drugs and 20 cents. Birthday cake ice cream? I would try it.
You hear someone walking around inside, rearranging the furniture. The walking stops abruptly, but no one comes to the door. A poor communard, from the looks of it. The room is barely bigger than a closet.
That's not the correct voice line.
Do I have to open the door? Do you have a warrant? I'm not obligated to open the door if you don't have a warrant.
Let's go. We don't have a reason to get inside that apartment.
It's generally easier to do things if you have literally any reason.
Shut up, Logic. I just wanted to break in, okay?
That isn't just a 5-pointed star. It's an inverted white pentagram cradled in a wreath of antlers.
Okay.
The iconography of communism.
Ah,
in
yes.
other words.
Yes. Yes. The communist inverted pentagram. We all know this.
The star and antlers was developed in the 6th decade of the last century and quickly adopted
Okay, all
by
right.
Mezov. Even today, half a century after, the star and antlers retains the ability to evoke hope, disappointment, and fear in equal measure.
What's the deal with the antlers?
The wreath of antlers represents a natural crown. It was about building a society that could exist in accord with the natural world, to symbolize the toppling of the old order.
Oh.
Also, some social democrats were already using it
That's actually great. Why white?
because white is the color of peace.
And why do I care?
Gone is the glory of hope. Only the scribblings of impoverished students remain in dirty hallways. You are the big communism builder now. It's you or no one.
So I forgot that in our thought cabinet over here, one of the things we can do is study communism. Torque dork? Oh, I want torque dork. Bringing of the law, law jaw. Overproductive honor glands. These sound amazing. Wompty Dompty Dom Center?
This door has been closed with a padlock. No reply. It's a solid lump of metal, but the shackle is deeply corroded. Better whip out those cutters. You won't get very far otherwise.
I'm whipping out my cutters.
This door has been closed with a padlock. The shackle snaps like a twig, and the lock falls to the floor with a little thud.
After you, detective.
Oh, it's quite nice. Got some more communist stuff here. Photos of revolutionaries. Books of critical theory.
A plaster cast bust depicts a middle-aged man with impressive sideburns. The name on the plinth reads, Kraz Mazov. Honestly, he does kind of look like you after all.
He does? Don't you think he looks like me, Kim?
Hold on a second. Is this why you broke in here? To find out whether you're Krasmanov?
I'm not saying I am. Just saying we look alike.
Sure you are.
Humor me for a minute. You see the resemblance?
Well, you both do seem to share an affinity for sideburns. But it seems like old Kras here didn't drink nearly as much as you.
How do you know? This is just romanticized.
Very well. Let's look for identifying features then. Doesn't he have a birthmark right here? What about you?
I cannot tell. I cannot see my face.
Alright, but here's the big thing. Krasmasov looks Samaran, and you don't.
I'm part Samaran myself.
Okay, you win. Be Krasmazov then. I don't care. Why are you so hell-bent on proving that you're Krasmazov anyway?
Because this is a fun chain of dialogue and I don't know what's happening. A powerful nation state is the only way to protect the working class from subhumans. There's a gangster and a bank robber went for all the cash. Yeah, I like this option. He actually wanted stability and incremental progress. And so do I.
I think you have misunderstood who he was, but if you say so.
I have no idea who he was. It's not literally the same as real-world communism. Sorry, getting crushed by mechanics in Final Fantasy. No worries. I hope you lived. Salute.
Whoever lives here definitely shares your enthusiasm. There aren't many communists around, not after the revolution. Some youth still keep the ideology going, it seems. The White Star, the photos on the wall. I think we have broken into the apartment of a young communard.
What's this? We're getting reports of normal, reasonable, temperate, political opinions somewhere in Martinez.
Because I keep saying none of the above to political stuff, isn't it?
It's also about that, but it's also more. Perhaps it's the hangover. Perhaps it's a temporary surge of serotonin, but something tells you it's time to become a citizen of the Kingdom of Conscience.
Where?
It is not a place. It is a moment in time that can only arise in the right circumstances. In all of human history, it's only been achieved a handful of times. Incrementally. Yawn. You'd get there faster with a little speed. Speaking of, when are you going to get on that, bub?
I'm looking for all the speed I can find, okay, brain?
History's greatest catastrophes have been brought about by people trying to make the world a better place. Too quickly. That's the genius of Dolores Day. She recognized that progress is meaningless if its gains are lost because of instability. Real, lasting change can only come about gradually, increment by increment.
But what about what's wrong now?
Tisk tisk. Just because you live in the present doesn't mean you have the right to place your needs above the needs of the future. You may never live to see the Kingdom of Conscience. Your children may not. Even your grandchildren might not. But that's no excuse not to keep working.
I see.
What rationality? What a fucking joke.
Wait, is it about doing things or just preserving things?
Do you believe the status quo is preferable to chaos and bloodshed?
That is a bullshit question. Yes?
There you have it. Sometimes holding the line is progress.
Okay, but what's it like?
The kingdom is difficult to comprehend, partly because humanity will need to discard many of the categories that define and limit it today. The Kingdom of Conscience is post-capitalist, post-national. It's also post-industrial, post-ideological, and even post-sexual.
Fuck. That seems fine, but I'm gonna live for the present, okay?
What you want is immaterial. The Kingdom of Conscience is coming, whether you like it or not. Only very slowly.
All right. Anyway. One bullet and a coat. There we are. This is our true form. In a little white coat jacket and no pants, the way we were supposed to be. flip-up glasses with... Yes. Scary snoring. Three different sizes of shoes? Yep, that's very observant. Breaker box full of cigarette butts. Just a door, nothing for you here, right now. That's ominous. Rosemary, thyme, cactus. Apartment 29 isn't home right now. Apartment 30, someone's singing.
This door is made of metal and appears to be reinforced. Number 28. This is where the cleaning lady said the smoker on the balcony lives.
Let's see if anyone's home.
No one answers.
Looks like the young man we are looking for isn't home. We should return tomorrow after we have finished with our day's work. How about 9 p.m.? Sound good?
Why?
The smoker on the balcony.
Don't worry. It's mostly all still here. You can remember things. You got this.
I just went, why tomorrow?
Tomorrow, 9 p.m., right here. Apartment...
Damn. Turns out it's quite tricky finding someone in a big apartment building. Remember, tomorrow.
Yeah. No! Oh. I went right back out the door. Ah. Loading. What we got up here?
Ruination has come. The broken arches betray the once grand history of this building. It towered over the harbor until it happened. A great force from the northeast fired into the city. Heavy artillery shelled the coastline. Fired from the water, the tenement acted as a defensive wall against the worst of the shelling. until it was destroyed, and they had a direct firing line. The waves of the Martinez rolled over the fallen remains.
I
of
might
the
have
building.
accidentally
The
sparkled.
dark waters obscured the better part of the remains. What didn't fall into the ocean was used as scrap. What wasn't used as scrap was thrown into the ocean. Those arches acted as support for something greater than only 3 stories stand where 9 to 12 once did. Restoration has failed. What underwater iron helmets have sunk deep into the sand and the mud? Helmets of soldiers, and their finger bones too, and clavicles, littering the ocean floor. A fleet, the combined armies of Occident and Grad. With Mesk volunteers, they massed airships further down in the Bay of Revachol. The artillery was so powerful. The ships not only required gyroscopic stabilization, they were anchored into the ocean floor as well.
Damn.
Many are still there to this day. If you squint, you can just barely see the shadow on the water, far in the northeast. Cannons still ready to placate Revachol. Coalition warship Archer can shoot 50 shells a minute on 20 co-aligned archers. They will reach the city in 58 seconds.
The coalition. But that was a long time ago.
He fears the discussion might lead to disagreements.
All right. Don't worry about it, Kim. We won't talk about it.
Ooh, the piggies have learned how to saunter up staircases. I didn't think you could do that with hooves. But here you are. Yeah, I can see that. Cool mutations.
That smell coming from her paint bucket. It's not paint. It's heavy fuel oil.
What you doing with fuel oil?
Red-dyed heavy fuel oil, intended for exclusive use in government vehicles, to be precise.
What did you think I was using? Aquarels? Sucked it out of a cop's fuel tank myself. Back in Jamrock. Something to think about next time you're driving around in your pretty little piggy carriage.
All right, fine. Someone lives back there. The chair is new. Ooh, that's a lot of money. Thank you. Where does this go? Is this where that sweeping lady sleeps? Oh. I got more drugs. And pants. But do I want these pants? It does give us godass. These jeans look worn, but the wearer had an ass given to them by the mighty Lord himself. This beautiful peach-shaped man-ass has imprinted itself so deep in the fabric, you can't but wonder if wearing them would mold your own vague rear side into a more shapely form as well. Peach-shaped man-ass. It's pretty tempting. Let's just see how they look. We'll keep those in our back pocket for later. a back shirt pocket? Yes, I guess that would be most accurate. Or we just store them in our big ass boots. Oh, I do want to ask if that's where she lived.
Hello again, officers. Oh, not only have you found my address, you've discovered my biggest secret. I'm a coal miner.
Do you have a home?
Does anyone in a city like this? It doesn't have to do anything at all. Nothing does. Like me. Right now, I'm doing nothing at all.
Loading screens hitting.
The inspiration will come to her once hell is set loose on the streets. It's too calm right now.
Shoot, Piggy. It's what you do, isn't it?
I found your drugs.
They just might be. Rough stuff. If
Her neurons must be on fire. The heat creating waves and ripples in all she sees. Above all, in her painting.
Does it make you see everything all art-like?
you really think I need to be high to see the world as art? Poor unimaginative Piggy. How I wouldn't want to have your peepers.
To hell with the art part, man. It's all about the high anyway.
Fine, we'll do a little drugs. How do I? How do I do it? Let me do my drugs. Ah.
Give me a moment. Ask away, policeman. Some lunatic lost his mind. All kinds of morons pass through these halls. The hell am I supposed to know?
She really doesn't like those nut jobs.
People come and go. I don't keep an eye on everyone.
They probably just moved or died. Hopefully somewhere else.
Oh, that one is a scientist, a future scholar. I think he studies astrology at the community college. Something to do with all those stars around his door. He asked me to leave his drawings up on the wall.
You mean the communism symbols?
The symbol of what now?
It's a political ideology.
Ah, all I know about politics is that it's brought us more harm than good. No one lives there. It's been empty for months. Impossible. I would know if someone had moved in there. Maybe it's those countercultural people again. Breaking into a house like it's a public space. Great. Young people. They're worse than rats. You know, always littering the hallways with trinkets and empty beer cans.
She mumbles some kind.
Right. I don't know how to take the dang drugs, so we're gonna just not.
You hear someone walking around.
Excuse me? Of course not.
scare them. Suspected of some big crime. You have plenty of reason to enter.
I don't need a warrant if I suspect a break-in.
Oh, come on!
Well, that was easy.
That was smart.
Thank you.
Satisfied? My name is Marielle Charpentier, and I'm an agent with Martinez Realty Associates. I
Whoa.
am not breaking in, as I have every right to be here. Do you want to see my ID as well? You can't legally ask for it, but why not? Want to see my residence permit too?
Sure.
It feels flimsy in hand, with the words Revachol Zone of Control written under a nondescript municipal logo.
Thank you. Do you have any questions? I need to be back in Midtown in an hour. Oh, that's another huge mess. The former tenant owes us 3 months of rent. 3. We closed the apartment and planned on auctioning off the valuables, but... And again, I have no idea how stupid mistakes like this can even happen. But Ron, when he came to close the door, didn't close the neighboring door. And there's a hole in the wall.
So preppy. She's probably on some low-grade performance enhancers, like Preptide or Pericanine.
A hole in the wall. Can you believe it? And then the tenant ran off with his stuff. He's gone. The money's gone. Just like that.
The sum must have been puny.
Can't have been that much money.
These apartments are perfectly fine. They have gorgeous architecture, a million real view of the bay, good ventilation, neighbors, life, spark, and they are affordable. I'll tell you, Martinez has a future. In a few years, it's going to blossom with artists and creatives. These apartments, I'll tell you, well, it does not disappear from my hands. No, I don't let it. Don't ask me what happened with the wall. I have no idea how we're going to find the time or resources to fix it. Both apartments are now unrentable. Both. I need to get it ready for the next lease, but as you can see, the previous tenant completely trashed the place.
Sounds like they had a good time.
It was some kind of a moribund old man who used to be a business owner. You'd think they'd make rent, but that was months ago. Anyway, was there anything you wanted, or is that it? I'm in a hurry. Of course.
I'll just take these drugs. Have a good day.
Give me a moment. I see. I hope some good people are finally going to move in. This place needs them.
Yep, radio computer wizards are coming. They'll save the place and the economy.
Oh, I do like wizards. And people like that in general. They have a lot to tell us about our fates.
She means clairvoyance.
Right. Anyway, that was most of that apartment cleared. We still haven't gotten past Eraserhead, have we? Crap. Can I look at this?
Just an
Nope.
ordinary.
Just checking.
Just an ordinary wall. Because
Yes!
you see it, finally. This wall is sublime.
Yes! I finally broke the wall.
The colors.
Let the conceptual joy flow into your pupils and blossom into thoughts in your brain.
All the other walls on all the other houses must make a pilgrimage in adoration of this, the uncontested pinnacle of wallcraft. color peeled from the very face of God.
More.
Oh, Wall Father.
Oh, wall, father. I must paint this wall.
Huh?
Eh?
He sounds tired of it all. Cindy the Skull has all the necessary materials.
I know you're tired, Kim. I know, but look at this wall. Draw nourishment from its beauty.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
Anyway, let's talk to Cindy.
If you must.
Let's go get paint. Yo,
Hello again, officers.
I need to paint.
What for?
It's for art.
Well, if it's for art. But what kind of art are we talking about?
Grand art, art deluxe, the artsiest, most groundbreaking.
Let me stop you right there, Piggy. You have no idea, do you? No idea. No brush? Fuck off.
Crush a man's dream like that?
There, Piggy. I guess art just isn't really you. 'Cause you suck in life and in everything.
Ma'am, I know where you live, and I know how you get high, and apparently that's enough for me to try to convince you.
They do say the painter always paints his own portrait.
That's pretty lame.
No, it's great.
I'll paint a self-portrait from the inside.
That's pretty fucked up. Even for you, Piggo.
Stop belittling me, Cindy.
Stop quivering like jello. Then you won't get fucked.
What if I add some interpretive dance?
I think everyone would rather you didn't.
Okay, just give me paint.
You're a real sad sack. You know that? Go ahead then.
Yay!
Up. Just try not to hurt yourself. And no self-portrait.
Thanks, Cindy.
Oh, but I'm all out of fuel oil.
You know what you should be able to find in your government-issued vehicle? Red-dyed heavy fuel oil.
Can I use paint?
Are you kidding me? Fuel oil is so much cooler. No way you're disfiguring that beautiful wall with something as pedestrian as ordinary paint.
Kim, my friend. Sacrifice a little oil for paint?
My fuel oil is for my kinema. Use your own fuel if you are unable to contain your artistic impulses, but please, leave my kinema out of it.
How am I gonna convince Kim to give me his dang oil? Let's see, what should we do? Step one, go look at that yellow dot down there.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you?
Can you run the serial number for me?
Sir, officer. What's the number? And got it. I'll contact the ICP database immediately. Call back tomorrow. Hopefully they'll have dug up something useful by then.
Thank
the
you.
International Collaboration Police, ICP, is an inter-Isolere law enforcement service, the crown jewel in the moral intern diadem, alongside EPI.
Okay, that's
57.
in the cabin.
shush. That's too much.
Nice aggression with the native. Don't let the chief fool you next time. You don't need to be that up in his face.
Not bad advice, actually.
Let's talk about our right to work.
All right, let's try to go beat up / intimidate Eraserhead into letting us through, because we didn't do that last time. Wait for Kim to sleep so we can take the oil? I like that idea. I will definitely look at his car when he's asleep.
Your race descent has only worsened since I last saw you. You have really let yourself go.
So why aren't you at the Hardy Boys?
I am not the first line of defense. I am the last. In addition, these so-called Hardy Boys are an effeminate clique of bodybuilders. Their company is spiritually degrading.
You pick up on something artificial in his tone, like he's putting on an act. This is unlike him. He is usually more himself.
There's more to it.
Fine. They have recently fallen under the influence of a possibly sexually perverted female vagrant and a narcotics peddler. It's shameful.
Who?
Find out for yourself. Endomorphic blood.
Fine, man.
Interesting.
Racists are generally not very good examples of their race. I am not like them. I am craniometric perfection. I have taken the trouble to permanently draw a phrenologic grid on my skull and features. This should dispel any doubt.
Okay.
The drawings are precise and look true to their pseudo-scientific ambitions. One thing, however, it is not entirely free of throwbacks in the phylogenetic tree.
Fuck?
His large jaw, for example, could be a trait indicative of criminalism. Also, his earlobes could be small.
You sure? That jaw is clearly a atavistic stigmata.
That atavistic stigmata makes pussy say yes, plenty.
Babe, thanks. But I got this. Racist,
The drawings are precise and look true to their pseudos.
The size of the earlobes is not a real craniometric criteria.
Your earlobes are flawless, Jean-Luc.
Yes.
You sure I'm not superior?
You exhibit forward projection of the jaw, indicative of schizophrenia and sexual inaccountability. From a purely aesthetic standpoint, the dimple in your jaw makes you look like a baby. This is not craniometry, just an observation. It is impossible to see any more of your bone structure. It is covered in the ravages of Al-Ghul. From what remain of your features, I can see fleshy lips, baldness of the head, and long arms relative to lower limbs. This leads me to conclude you are not a police officer. You are a common criminal, an offspring of murderers and sailors from Sur la Clé and Vesper, and possibly even the degenerate sheep herders of Ubi. Your racial heritage is uninteresting.
My goodness.
It is the same as all Rivasholians. Your parents and their parents made the decision to reproduce while under the influence of Al-Ghul. That is the only reason you are here.
He's right there. It's almost impossible to get it on unless you're both drunk. It's too scary when people are sober.
Yeah, well, Knock him out. No, thank God.
Just like that, instinct took over. A solid strike straight into
Punch!
his throat, into the cartilage. You could swear you felt the soft palate break.
Punched him right in the throat. He ducked, dodged, and then whoop. Oh yeah, no, he very much almost hurt us last time. But this time I showed him, I told him his earlobes were big. And that apparently was enough.
The man is reeling, gasping for air. Time stands still around you. In the distance, the sounds of the harbor are falling silent. All you hear is a small gurgling sound as a trickle of blood appears on the man's lip. He's open. Rip into him. Right hook. Escalated. Get intimate with him. Bring the hurt closer.
Rip into him with a right hook or back up and do a 360 flying spin kick? I feel like the second one is the clear choice here, but... yeah. 360 flying spin kick. Up, up, up. Wood. Wood-jaw!
The man lands with a dull thump, like a broken down puppet of muscles and sinew. For a moment, he still tries to keep his head up, dazed eyes looking at you with unimaginable surprise. To your left is the button.
Disco Inferno.
As you slam your fist on the button, the man collapses entirely.
Looks like you're the new measurehead now.
No one is the new measurehead. Let's go.
As you turn, a bright light
That's
hits you,
amazing.
making you squint.
Cool.
So cool.
Where's it from?
From a distant sunset, a stage light, flash photography, nowhere in particular. It's just what superstar law officers do. They squint at lights, and they solve shit.
Superstar law official sounds very dumb.
What are you, deaf? They're perfect, like rock star politician and drug addict teacher. Embrace the superstardom you've worked so hard to establish.
Wrong impression, my man. I'm not a superstar. I'm literally a hobo cop.
Yeah, a cool, trash superstar. Big dick cop down on his luck. Salam Rocky by here. Badass on the edge disco cop. Time to recede into a ludicrous fantasy world. Here we go. Camera. Lights.
Wait, what? Ludicrous fantasy world?
Yeah, you know. Beneath it is just heartbreak. A pulmonary tract infection. Atherosclerotic disease. This is where you say action and reconceptualize all that. This is the beginning of your legend.
No, I don't want a super cop.
The man is still knocked out.
Whoopsie. So that went much better than expected. I 360 splits kicked him. The door's locked on this side? Oh shit. You were expecting to witness a foot
On second
disaster.
glance, someone has forgotten
Me
to
too, a little.
close one of the drawers.
It's unfortunate for the union to just leave their paperwork lying around like this.
It is unfortunate. It's so easy for the police or someone else to just take a casual look.
The drawer opens smoothly. Inside is a well-organized selection of brown folders. Hundreds of documents containing logistical data. Two kinds of transactions stand out. Materials coming into Revachol and the same materials being handed over to companies inside Revachol. It's hard to make sense of this thicket of company names, dates, quantities, and percentages. You try to focus. Look how blurry all the lines on these papers are. How unwieldy your own willpower is to yourself. You're like an absurdist Samaran monk, focusing through not focusing. Hermeneutics was almost within your grasp, but now only vague letters float before your eyes. Less meaningful, but aesthetically more pleasing.
Can I actually focus through not focusing?
You're a police officer, not a spiritual healer. You can focus the normal way by turning your attention to something and not letting go.
Is that what you're doing with those folders over there?
Yes.
Right. This is probably not relevant to our case. After all, we're not investigating an accounting mystery.
You're trying hard, but the data here is unbelievably dry. The drawer slides shut, smooth.
I'll come back for you, drawer. Is that a phone?
An imposing combination of a punch clock and a payphone is looking down at you from the wall. The machine swallows your coin and seems to be waiting for your next move.
Let muscle memory dial a random number.
It's unclear whether you actually have muscle memory. Right now, your finger is just drawing vaguely occult patterns in the air.
Useful patterns?
Undoubtedly, no.
Okay, I'll try later.
Why not? Muscle memory is a tricky thing. Nothing tricky about that. You just do, fail, repeat, until it works. All it takes is motivation and practice.
Right. Is that a coat?
Looks like someone left his tarpaulin cloak hanging on the railing here. The white rectangle of the Revachol Citizens Militia is clearly visible on its back.
Yes, it was probably you. It does bear the RCM insignia, after all.
Oh, is it mine?
The service cloak issued to you by your station? Yes, I do.
As your fingers touch the tarpaulin, it almost feels like the cloak wants to deliver a message of comfort through your fingertips.
Three bullet holes scattered on the surface. There we go. What's this?
This is the Night Watchman's booth. Listen, it's okay to take a few minutes to yourself. Sit down and have a breather. The chair is not as austere as the rest of the booth. A thin grey pillow is attached to the seat, secured to the stiles by black ribbons.
Search for a little something something.
The drawers are empty, save for old timesheets and receipts. One small box, however, does hold some cheap painkillers. Oh boy, where to start? Elevated risk of dementia, mini strokes, prophet's disease, sudden death, hair death, erectile malfunction, Maybe this was a bad idea.
I'm not here to tell you what to do, Detective.
You take the painkillers. They are yours now. You stand and exit the booth.
If you must.
Nothing incriminating catches your eye. The cabinets are clean and their sparse contents meticulously organized. It's a black and white photo of a young couple out in a street fair.
Why did you take that picture of René?
I want to ask him about it.
You're really interested in that old soldier. Not sure I understand your fascination, but sure.
Looks like a forest under snow.
A rusting control panel with several knobs. Marsh. On. With a loud grind, the crane shifts overhead, moving a massive metal container through the air.
Okay. Oh, handy. Hello. That's precarious.
And with a surprisingly quiet thunk, the harbor sleeps as the strike rages in the distance. The crane can rest again, now that its purpose has been fulfilled. Moving this container, of course. For this purpose it was built. For this purpose it has acted. And now it will rest.
I can't see how that was worth the wreckers. Except for seeing the crane in action?
The crane does not return.
I just wanted to press it. Tell to me.
Before you stands a cargo container. Just one of many in the yard.
There's something special about this.
Is this like... It's a cargo container, Detective. Just like all the others. We are not here to interact with containers. We are here to interview the Union boss.
No reply. You attempt to turn the handle, to no avail. To your left, the lieutenant considers your actions with some puzzlement.
I can try with a 3% odds to persuade the locked door to open. With +1 because I've been alive for 2 whole days. I mean, obviously this isn't gonna fucking work, but...
Why are you even trying to open a door with rhetoric?
Because physicality was not an option.
Because what wasn't an option?
Using my body over my wits.
Now is not the time to get philosophical, Detective. You can do that after hours.
Okay. I'm on to you. Sketchy ass truck over there. You got something in there. Oddly quiet. The machines are sleeping. No work to organize. Oh, hello.
Container, container, I'll turn you nice and red.
The lyrics to this container song are being made up as he goes along. The accent is so thick, it's impossible not to notice he's Ubi.
Container, container, used to be Wild Pines. Container, container, now belongs to Everard. Everard, 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 he looks after everyone. Huh? Well, hey there. How can I help you, mister? I see you are not a union man, mister. Did you get lost? You're not one of them scabs, are you? I mean, I don't personally mind. Folks is just folks, you know, and folks gotta eat. Just some of the other guys don't look too kindly on the scabbing kind, if you know what I mean, mister. Oh, you want Mr. Everard then? He's an awfully nice fellow, he is. Him and his brother are both nice fellows. They've lived their entire lives in this here neighborhood. Guys like Mr. Everard and Mr. Edgar, his brother, are real good guys. Made Martinez what it is today. Oh, Mr. Everard is where he always is. In his office, of course.
And in that other container, who's that?
Oh,
What's in that?
That should be empty as far as I know. Lots of containers here have nothing in them.
Told you.
Oh, I'm just making some covers for them containers here. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. So it's easier for the crane operators to spot them.
The containers in the yard are green in Wild Pine's livery, and the mountains rising behind Leo is all red in Union colors. It's like some red infection was spreading outwards from the container yard's core.
Anyone told you why you're changing them, Leo?
No, not really. Mr. Everett doesn't tell me all the big things.
Yes, they are hiding it from the inside.
Oh, no trouble at all, mister. No trouble at all. Yes, yes, everybody needs a job, and this is mine. I'm like Mr. Everett's right-hand man when Mr. Edgar is out of town, and Mr. Edgar's right-hand man when Mr. Everett is away. Actually, Miss Beaufort is the right-hand man, but she's a lady.
Who is this, Miss Beaufort?
A real pretty lady with a skin like those Douai Sucre candy bars my missus likes so much. Them are real nice to suckle on once the dinner is done and me and the missus sit down beside the radio. But I can't listen to the radio all the time. There's so much to do around here and I'm always busy keeping things running here. Yes I am, yes I am. Oh, Lizzie, she is a real sharp tool. Mr. Everett put her through some fancy school and everything, east of the river.
He respects that word. That's obvious.
But she's a real nice girl. Grew up in this here neighborhood. Knows everybody and gets along with everyone. Real pillar of the community one day, I'm sure. If me missus and me was to have a child, I'd be real happy if she turned out like her. But she can't have kids. Dr. Lemaitre said so. And she knows about such things.
Law school? Could she be talking about the union fixer? A.K.A. the gardener.
Looks like it.
I'm not sure what a fixer is, but she is a real nice girl.
Telling the gardener you know her name might throw her off. Perhaps something to consider later.
Oh, most of the guys are down at the gates. We're on a strike. The whole union is.
So no one is working?
Not everyone is down there, of course. But Titus and his boys got into some drunken trouble and Everett sent them on a nice vacation. For a week or so. Oh, I'm not really supposed to talk about that. Him and his boys stirred up something in town. Probably drank too much and got into a fight or something. I heard Mr. Everett telling them to take some time off.
But why?
I guess the boys got a bit too rowdy and had to let out some steam.
Easy, Leo.
Look at him. It's not going to be anything useful anyway. Don't fight it. Better to go with the flow.
I remember I was the runt of the class, but Mr. Everett and his brother always came to help. Mr. Everett and Mr. Edgar are real nice guys, mister. Oh yes, born and raised in Irish, mister. Mum had to leave my dad after he got a bit violent. People say us Ubis are up to all sorts of trouble with sheep and other animals and whatnot. I just want you to know there was never any of that where I come from. No, sir.
Thank you for clarifying that, sir.
Bye-bye now.
Okay, bye-bye. Oh, hello.
Before you is a wilderness of a man seated behind a large desk. He looks up from his work. With great effort, he straightens himself up in his chair, yet says nothing. He simply stares at you.
Have a good day, Mr. Dubois. I'm sure I'll be seeing you around.
I just wanted him to be the first to say something.
Mr. Dubois, I hope time is on your side this time. Please, take a seat.
Why are you calling me Mr. Dubois?
Please, Mr. Dubois, let us converse in a civilized manner, as equals. Take a seat. I insist.
I don't sit.
Very well, Mr. Dubois. I respect a man with strong convictions. I, too, have convictions. One of which is that I will not engage with any man who won't face me at eye level.
Ah. So it seems you'll have to stand then. That's unfortunate. Dick.
Should you find yourself more amenable in the future, I'd gladly resume our conversation. But until then, I'm afraid I must ask you to leave.
What a prick.
You're no Titan of Felician, buddy. He's got you in a fork. Sit down or leave.
Excellent, Mr. Dubois. I can see that you're a reasonable man, and reasonable men can be of great use to one another.
Use the gun. I don't have a gun. I have a bullet. My gun, we pawned it, remember? The pawn shop guy said he saw it.
So tell me, how can the head of the Debarders Union help a representative of the Revachol Citizens Militia today?
The chair you're sitting on has got to be the
Oh my god, look at my health.
chair in the world. It's violating your backside.
By the way, I heard you got a rather rude reception from a certain
Lawrence Gart.
Some people have no manners, it pains me to say. This should take care of that nonsense.
I'm sorry, a novelty check?
It should be sufficient to cover your expenses for a few days and patch over your differences with a cafeteria manager. Go ahead, take it.
Hey, that's 25 real. That's good money. Think of all the stuff you could.
Take that comically large check and shove it up your ass. Wait, you know Gart?
Yes, I know Lawrence. He's a real character. No union man in him.
With a grin, he points to the checker game. It's like you're on a game show. At least don't thank him for it.
Is there anything you'd like to say to me? Or...
No.
Nope.
Cool? I wouldn't go that far. I'm sure there are cooler things than delivering a comically oversized novelty check to a cafeteria manager. But, sure, if that's what's cool nowadays. Now,
I refuse to play your mind games.
about one other matter. Your lost gun.
Mm-hmm.
Let
Lost
me
gun.
assure you, union people are on it as we speak.
Ah,
I've got
what
my
you're talking
best
about.
hounds looking for that lost gun.
His slug-like lips move, but all you hear is an echo. Lost gun, lost gun, lost gun. The world is swallowed by a black hole of fear. Only two words escape its gravitational pull. Lost and gun. When he said, don't worry, he actually meant, be very worried.
Appreciate any help you would provide.
Are you all right, Harry? You seem anxious. Don't be. It's not like you left it loaded. You didn't lose a loaded gun. Local children aren't out there playing with it right now, pointing it into their own mouths. It's in a safe place. I just know it. I have a feeling everything's going to be all right.
Oh, no. Oh, do I try this? 3% chance because I took the check. I sat in the chair. And I'm scared. I have a feeling the gun is loaded.
God, you're sweating. Your knee is jerking. You're about to cry, aren't you? You're about to cry because you lost your gun and those children are gonna shoot themselves with it.
So what? Men cry.
You want to cry? God, you're weak. Whatever
Didn't
you
say I
do,
wanted to.
don't cry. You'll think you're disgusting.
Mr. Dubois, you don't look so good.
What is this, Mr. Dubois? He keeps repeating. What is he trying to pull here? You need to cool the fuck down. Chill.
Mr. Dubois! Mr. Dubois! Harry!
Does this guy know my full name? There are no Harrys. Let's go to a safe place.
Mr. Dubois, are you okay? Can I get you a glass of water or something? Are you having some kind of medical emergency?
Maybe you could use your hands somehow, in a kind of throw-in motion, like you're throwing that Mr. Dubois act right back at him. He's Mr. Dubois.
Nah, I'm as good as it gets, Mr. Dubois.
Don't be dramatic. I can see your condition isn't terminal.
What an odd demonstration of... you got me, Harry. I don't even know what. As entertaining as it was, I'm afraid we're wasting our time. And I'm an extremely busy man.
My brain is melting.
Okay, enough. We are here to ask you some questions pertaining to a murder investigation.
You can't just call me a name and then expect me to just accept it.
Quick, here's your window. Get yourself together and ask him questions.
Yes.
It is about time to stop embarrassing yourself. Questions will help you regain some of your lost dignity.
I finished investigating the drug trade.
You've got a lot of spirit clearing up the drug problem alongside this murder. I'll talk to the mayor and see if I can get you the key to the city.
Okay,
Now, let's
Mr.
talk real
Smarty.
business.
Actually, Rivershell doesn't have a mayor. He refuses to discuss it further. It's probably just a small nuisance to him.
Oh, well, fine, fuck you. I met the company rep.
Oh, that's very nice. I haven't gotten around to her yet. I'm very, very busy, you see. I hope you're getting along. One thing I want to make very clear, Harry, is that this is not some kind of union versus corporation situation. Everyone is just pals here. Yes, we're all trying to do what's best for Martin 8. Don't feel like you shouldn't work with her just because you and I are such good friends.
Who the fuck are you?
I'm not a jealous guy.
So why haven't you let her in?
If she actually wants to see me, she will find a way. Any good negotiator would. And I just don't have anything to discuss with a bad negotiator.
He doesn't want to see her. It's as simple as that.
Well, what about the previous negotiator?
What do you mean, Harry? Nothing. I let him go.
He was on your side. Why?
He's an old man, Harry. I wanted him to spend more time with his family. God knows how long he's got left.
And you called him a midget.
Harry, I have little people in my organization. I would never call someone a midget. What is this? Honestly, I'm beginning to think you're a midget, Harry. I'm only kidding, Harry. You're not a midget. No one is. We're pals.
What the frick? This guy is so suspicious.
It's hard to say if he really lost his temper, or if this is another one of his tricks. This man almost never angers visibly.
Ooh, I hit a nerve.
Of course, Harry. Let me just assure you one more time. It's perfectly okay to share anything we discuss here with this Joyce. This is a completely transparent organization.
The way he says Harry. Of course, Harry.
I have no interest in what she is doing, but I myself
Harry.
have nothing to hide. Your business is your business, and I respect your privacy. Just remember, none of this is secret.
He is pushing that fact so much that it makes it all very sus.
Tell her about all of it. My brother's picture, my singing swordfish clock. Tell her how overweight I am and how I'm helping you find your lost gun. Tell her about everything. Everard doesn't mind.
It is rather interesting to tell people things about each other, isn't it? It was nice telling him about her right now. This is weird. Not nice weird, but okay.
Yeah, Half-Light, I'm with you. This is weird, and not nice weird. Do you want to ask how I got in?
Am I going to ask? Hell, Harry.
Harry.
You spin-kicked my strongest man in the face. I saw it from my window.
Oh, you saw my sweet kick?
Would you ask a man like that how he got into your container yard?
You don't have a window.
It was a figure of speech, Harry. Of course I don't have a window. I'm in a container.
Fucking...
Anyway, I assure you, I am a very well-informed man. Information reaches me before I even get the chance to request it.
So what's in that container outside?
My dear Harry, there are literally millions of containers in this harbour. I couldn't possibly remember what's in all of them.
No. The one in the... Excuse me. The one on the crane just outside.
Harry, you smooth-talking son of a bitch. Time is a precious resource, and I don't have enough of it to count containers with you.
Smooth talking. Maybe that's the way to go about opening the container. You should at least try convincing it.
Oh, I will. So about the hanging.
Oh, of course. That's your main thing here. That's why you're in Martinez. I know everything that goes on around here, and I would love to discuss it with you.
My dear Harry.
I mean, it's no secret that the lynching is connected to the strike. So much to talk about. Honestly, it's been weighing on me so heavily. I understand you need to interview me. But there's a thing that's been keeping me up at night. I want to talk about the hanging. I mean, if we could just calmly talk, exchange information, we could blow this thing wide open.
Yes, that sounds good. Let's do that.
But I can't think straight with this thing weighing on me. You're police officers, aren't you? I have a crazy idea. You guys are basically door-opening machines. Incredibly talented at opening doors.
He looks and sounds so sleazy. Yeah, honestly. Do you see this one lazy eye? Like, okay, I guess nothing against lazy eyes, but look at how lazy. It's going straight over that way. Someone made the choice to paint him like this.
And I'm sure you're going to open this one with flying colours, Harry. This really is very simple.
An excellent opportunity presents itself, sire. You could win the trust of the arch-liar, pretend to play into his hand. Then, should you wish, bend his efforts towards your own.
Whose door?
Oh, no one's. It's just a weasel. A weasel lives there. Nothing for you to worry about.
So open it yourself.
Harry, I'm a very busy man, and more importantly, I don't have that extraordinary physique you do.
You want to send someone a message that the police are working for you.
I repeat, I'm a very, very busy man, Mr. Kitsuragi, and therefore I must occasionally enlist outside help. Harry, my dear friend, I am what people call a local bigwig. I know everything that goes on in Martinez.
What do you mean a weasel?
A loud blabbering weasel. When weasels feel no one is watching, they start acting foolishly. Just go there, unlock the door, and leave it open. It's been such a burden on me, Harry.
Fine.
Fantastic, my friend. Just let me know when it's done, and you can get the key from Manana. He's down by the gates. Manana's like a free agent in the Union. Special operations. Hardened socialist. A real free thinker, too. He'll tell you precisely where the door is. One last thing, Harry. Just open the door. You don't need to go in or anything. I just want that weasel to come home and see the unlocked door.
And my gun?
Yes, your lost gun. My best men are on it. Your gun will be found, Harry.
The only way to find it seems to be working with him. He might even be holding your gun hostage.
Wait, really?
Who knows? Only one thing is certain. If you work with him, you're going to get it back. And working with him might be the only way to do it.
Damn it, Harry. That's exactly what it means.
He is not.
Of course. I understand. We help you, you help us.
Last question, sir. Why are you calling me Mr. Dubois?
Of course. let us dispatch with the formalities. You call me Everard, I call you Harry.
That's what the hanged corpse called you.
Oh, it is.
Harry.
My God, so it's true. I didn't want to believe it, but you are a fantastic science
No.
fiction amnesiac cop, aren't you?
No.
What are the odds of that?
You don't know.
I
Nah.
think the odds of that are very low.
It might be a good idea to hide your confusion. I mean, see what his game is.
I've been telling everyone that my mind is fucked up, but this guy? No way. He's manipulating me before I even walked in the door. My memory's fine.
So good to hear that, Harry. Apparently my sources were wrong. However, if you did have a spot of memory trouble, I could help you out. With my big fat folder.
Words flow like a river of honey from his lips. I guess word has already reached him. No matter. No harm done.
Are you trying to tell me you've gotten hold of some of our documents?
Mr. Kitsuragi, would you mind? Me and Harry are talking about his lost identity right now.
How dare you?
Don't just jump to the folder. That's not smart. Shows you're on the edge. Do some probing first. As you look at the folder, Everard covers it with his hand and pets it. He's hiding it from you because it's not a real RCA folder. It's just another one of those brown folders you saw in the file cabinet.
What a liar.
Okay, Harry, you got me. This is from the Census Bureau, not the RCM. Those Census Bureau people are absolutely corrupt. You should do something about them.
He got the name from the Census Bureau, and everything else from your actions here in Martinez.
Yes, Mr. Kitsuragi from the Census Bureau. Like I said, now I'm actually a very busy man. So is there anything else I can do for you, Harry?
That means he doesn't really know.
This guy is lying through his teeth.
A pity. The mystery of you will have to remain a mystery for the time being.
Yes, that's what I said. Try to keep up, okay? Let's move on. Wait. You need this to get in and out through the gate.
Great. Wouldn't want to get stuck here.
Here, you're one of us now.
Well, let's get the heck out of Union Town. And then I think I might be calling it a night. Can I explore what I can on my way back out? And then, yeah, call it a day. You have anything more to say to me?
Oh, hey, mister. I knew you'd be back to talk with old Leo here. Yes, I did. It's like Lady Liefy. Sure, mister. Absolutely. I'm always willing to help out nice fellows.
He had nothing new to say. Let's try talking to this thing. Where is it? That thing. Let's try talking to that thing one more time. Whale Fjord.
You're back before the cargo container. Its draw has not lessened since you were last here. No reply. You attempt to your left. The lieutenant can...
I cannot open it any more than I could previously. Can you get out of my way, Kim? Thank you. I guess I'll go grab that key from that other guy too before I forget he has it. Because I will.
The already familiar cold touch of plastic welcomes you as you pick up the handset.
I heard my name.
It's unclear whether you actually have muscle memory. Sure, why not? Nothing tricky about it.
No luck. What about this one?
The file cabinet stands the drawer slide.
Nope. Have to come back through there and try that all again sometime. Is that guy awake? Hey, dude.
Do not presume this has drastically altered our race dynamic.
I knocked you out like a god of martial arts.
True. I said nothing about our personal dynamic. That has altered.
He respects me. 'Cause I whooped his ass.
So, how'd you like our harbor?
You've been in there, he means. Talked to the boss man too, probably.
It's but a rest area on the path leading across open plains. Right. You talk to the boss, eye to eye. Like men of the plain. If you have any more questions, I'm set to talk. A key, huh? What door is this key supposed to open? Oh, say no more. I got that key right here. And let me tell you, it's mighty good of you to help us out during the strike. Working class solidarity, as they say. Oh, so the none of the above type, are you? I get it, I get it. I like to keep my distance too. What you're looking for is a basement door behind the greenhouse. That's behind the whirling in rags. That's all I know.
Okay, but where did you get the key from?
The janitor gave it to me. Nice fella. None of this mess where this jiving and juggling. What's it for? I'm more of a philosophical dock worker. I like to talk about the big picture stuff. Who I am, who you are, what we are fighting for.
He means he's not going to tell you, cause he doesn't know. Ask him about the Hardy Boys.
Los Ardis? They're an independent militant group. They're sort of like you. Preserve the rule of law and all that. Except it's Everard's law. The mercenary, eh? Who could have killed him? That's indeed the question. What a thought! Why would noble workers resort to such a thing? Your dead guy was an enemy combatant. He was an agent of the opposition, attempting to undermine our honorable efforts. I ain't the murdering type, but that's just me. Large organizations like our union have all sorts of men.
He's not lying. He means a more violent faction could easily take care of such a thing.
Understood.
No problem. I wish the best to you in your search. Sure, I'm glad it's not my search. We're negotiating our share. Aye. This stuff, they already covered. It's not enough. Not enough to get ahead. More about keeping us in our place. All of it. However, right now we want all the harbor workers to be on the company's board.
This seditious talk sounds like communism. Just so we're on the same page. Communism is basically wanting to kill the rich people, or deporting them to a labor camp in southeast Grava.
No. I don't think I'm a communist. See, even a weak child can think it. The only things holding someone back are
I can tell I'm kind of done with this game for tonight because I'm just skipping through bits of dialogue. I'm like, that's a lot of communism talk. Blah, 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 blah.
I have nothing against communists. They are honorable boyaderos. But my own code serves me well. If my code starts failing, a code can fail a man as well as a man can fail a code, then I will have to submit to a new one, which may well be communism.
So you're a communist who isn't doing who isn't doing it well enough.
See, I'm primarily a lazy person. I think it's best you make up your own mind now that you've met him. In my eyes, he is a capable organizer and a decent businessman. I guess you kind of get to be the village chief. He oversees the harbor, makes deals with the owners or other relevant parties, watches out for his own.
That sounds like more extreme levels of communism Oh, like their description of killing or enslaving the rich. Yeah, that's this game. This game's view of communism is it requires like destroying what's already there. So yeah, definitely.
By that, you mean
Which
corruption?
I don't think is inherently. That's not what makes communism communism. I don't know. The politics in this game don't quite make sense to me.
Heavens, why would it not be corrupt? We live in a
But
harsh
I
and
like what they
disordered
talk
world,
about.
see? And in this world, the old man is corrupt for our benefit, and we know it. Appreciate it even. He is, personally, not too lavish.
Desk seemed lavish.
He is reasonably lavish, sure. That's his prerogative. It's not like you want a saintly demeanor on a corrupt motherfucker. Besides, there are no non-corrupt systems in the world anyway. And moralism is the most corrupt of
I
them
like
all.
this guy. Yep.
This man has political theory, and it has not failed him today.
Sure. I've had the necessary free time. Fortunately, there's always time.
The man sits on the railing, his hands reaching far and wide. Yet it feels as if he could, effortlessly, go even wider, if need be.
The mercenary, eh? What a thought. You're dead guy. I ain't the merc.
He's not.
Blah, blah, let me out of here.
problem.
Let me out. Alright, let's get my guy down here. Over here.
Damn.
Oh.
That felt good.
Okay.
Your heart's pounding nicely. You should tell people to fuck off more often.
Who'd I tell to fuck off?
Not as a general rule, but that one was justified.
Who'd I say that
Better
to?
get the lay of
I don't
the
even
land
remember.
before telling people to fuck off.
Fuck yeah, motherfuckers.
That's the spirit. Never forget. The whole world's a wooden house, and you're a goddamn flamethrower.
Noted. All right. Okay. That was fun. I was glad to get back into it again. Oh my god, that emote? I love it. Oh my god. I was just trying to type in a quick little raid into the chat, and I was off by a key, and that did not. Okay, there. I successfully typed her name. Anyway. Yeah, we gotta paint the wall, but I don't have the paint yet. Gotta wait for Kim to go to bed. Gotta read our book about cockatiels. Steal some red gasoline or something. I don't know. There's lots more to do in this. Oh, hi, Twig. I was just ending stream. Thanks for stopping by, though. Yeah. Yeah, sorry, Twig. It was nice to see you, Alicia, Niku, Bosky, Twig very briefly. Good night, everybody. I will see you all tomorrow. Bye.